His Royal Majesty Ochiviri Professor James Oteseyozwa Ayates, Chief and Chairman, Benue State Council of Chiefs. The herdsmen and farmers, especially in Benue State under my domain, dates back to our forefathers as nomadic herdsmen, continued year in, year out. They lived peacefully together. They didn't have issues together because there was this understanding to avoid farmlands during the time of grazing when they are in the Benue Valley, and go back when the rains return and there is growth of green vegetation in the north. They go back there for grazing. That's been the relation over the years. Well, the anti-grazing law, which is open grazing prohibition and the establishment of ranches bill, was enacted in May 2017, and the bill centers on avoiding and on prohibiting open grazing, which has become a very major problem among my people. My people in the Benue Valley, in Benue State, basically to prevent the violent clashes and the loss of lives and properties and a lot of damage that usually occurred when there were these clashes. So the law was actually born out of necessity to avoid the lives we are losing in large numbers, hundreds and hundreds every year, and the conflict resulting very often to damage to farmlands and also to homes. That was why the law was enacted. The law in essence means that any herdsman that wants to rear cattle herds in Benue State, we need to get land, have the cattle confined in ranches and be reared there. And that means that it will avoid the clashes between herdsmen and farmers, because confined in ranches, they will no longer damage the farmlands of farmers. That's the law, that's what it targets, and that's the purpose.
Since this crisis began, and then the people are confused and we don't know what to believe anymore. So what is your view? Do you think this crisis is political?
Well, a lot of people have interpreted the crisis in different ways. Some say it's political, some say it's ethnic, some say it's religious, and others say it's economic. Whatever the interpretation, the crisis is arising because the herdsmen want more space to graze. And over the years, the population of human beings in Nigeria generally has increased from about 40 million before independence, when there was a lot of large, vast, uncultivated land, and they had the herders had a lot of land to graze. But now the population has increased to about 200 million, and the land that was available is no longer available, but the herdsmen want land. The number of cattle has increased. There's a huge influx of cattle rearers from other countries into Nigeria, putting pressure on the available grazing land. And this has put pressure on the land available, and that has meant that we have large number of cattle coming in, and they no longer can be controlled to be limited to the uncultivated areas, because the available acreage of uncultivated land is very small now. And that allows, that makes farmers very vulnerable, because the cattle will now stray on the land. And actually the practice has changed from the days when the herders just carried sticks to be able to control their cattle. Now they come with, with assault rifles, sophisticated weapons they carry along. They kill farmers, they burn down houses, and that is the extent to which it has gone. And that is actually, for me, the reason is that the people are looking for more land to be able to graze. But of course, it can be interpreted that they want to occupy more lands, to take over more lands, to spread their culture, spread their religion, and also, extend their political power. So whatever way you look at it, the farmers, are very badly affected. They are killed on a daily basis. I have been on the throne as the chief and paramount ruler of the chief nation for less than a year, and we have suffered over 3 attacks in this short period of time, and we have lost over 200 people in this short period of time. Well, the herdsmen have been carrying sophisticated assault weapons unchallenged by law enforcement agencies. That is against the law, and is actually a criminal activity to carry sophisticated weapons like that. But over the years they've carried it and they have done a lot of damage unchallenged. Now other people feel that, okay, farmers also should be allowed to carry assault weapons to be able to defend themselves. Well, although that looks like a good reason, but it is not really nice, because you're now going to arm the huge number of the population. The weapons will be found in the hands of unauthorized people, and there will be damage. There will be, to society. You don't know how people will use these arms, and therefore for me, I would rather advocate that the federal government of Nigeria should rise up to its responsibility of providing security and protecting lives and properties of Nigerians, especially in my domain, where we have suffered frequent attacks, and they do the needful, disarm the herdsmen so that they don't carry weapons to be a menace and to be killing people up and down. So I believe the best way is to enforce the law and not to allow more violation of the existing law. My submission is that herdsmen should be disarmed, and those that insist on carrying weapons should be prosecuted according to the law.